I never thought this would happen to me.
Even those who work with cars on a daily basis can be duped by scammers. This fleet manager by profession got the shock of his life when he was stopped at a roadblock in October last year after 2 years of driving a car he purchased in 2021.
And immediately when I got out of the car, one guy just told me, no, this car has been tampered with. I was like, no, but I bought it. He said, yeah, I might have bought it, but it seems like a stolen car. So they opened the boot, I opened the boot, and they checked. But basically when he was showing me some of the things which I wasn't aware of.
Things like what?
Things like, you know, where they wrote a VIN number on the shock mounting inside the engine, you could see the paints were different. So he was like, no, look at that painting and that painting. It's different colors.
The vehicle had been reported stolen in Kempton Park 2 months prior to him buying it from Drift Motors over 50 kilometers away in Muldersdrift, Johannesburg.
There is a case number, the case opened against me for being in possession of a suspected stolen vehicle, but they didn't detain me.
Gauteng police say the case is still under investigation. After the car was taken by police, he went to the person at Drift Motors who'd sold it to him and informed him about the incident.
Firstly, he was like, no, man, the police, they just want money from you. I said, no, you can go and check the car there. And then we made the impounding in 2013. He saw the car, he tried to convince the police or whatever, I don't know.
He too is struggling to get a refund.
He doesn't want to give me my money. He said it's not his problem because he also bought the car. He's just saying it's not his fault. We must wait for the right procedure for the court to decide.
He'd bought the car for his wife's business.
My wife used to use the bike she does catering and stuff, so it was a big loss. It was a very big loss financially. It's so stressful. Even my wife is very stressed at the current moment. Yeah, it's very stressful.
He saw the advert for the Nissan NP200 being sold for 89,900 Rand on Facebook. He ended up buying it for what he thought was a discount of nearly 10 grand. Some of the money was his savings and the rest he'd borrowed.
I had to buy another car because sometimes I work till late. I start very early in the morning, so it wasn't working for me to use public transport. But now I had to borrow money again to buy another car.
At the time of the purchase, he was so enticed by the price of the bakkie and the mileage on its clock, he ignored all other warning signs.
When I bought this car, there were some red flags. It's just that I didn't take them seriously. There were some red flags. This car had like 74,000 kilometers, and they were selling it for 89,000. And there was the similar car, which had 135,000 kilometers. They were selling it for 130. So clearly there was something wrong with this car.
A few months after the incident, Drift Motors closed its doors.
I would like to get my money back because I believe the sale was illegitimate because it was a stolen car at the end of the day. If you sell something to someone which is stolen, it's more or less like invalid sale.
We called the director of Drift Motors, Drisden Bradley Crook. He hung up as soon as we revealed the reason for our call. Crook did not respond to any of our follow-up calls. We sent him a text message that was also ignored. We were told his father, Michael Crook, was also involved in the business, so we reached out to him.
There's nothing to say. There's no comment to that.
But
because I know what's going on here, and he's not going to speak to you.
But you sold him a stolen car. He lost money, and you're not compensating him.
So you know what? It becomes a civil matter, and he needs to go legal. That's what I've told him before.
Why don't you give him his money? Because you guys are the one who sold him. Your son is the one who sold him this stolen car.
So I'd rather, you know what, we just end the conversation. That's what I'd prefer to do. Okay.
Okay, but you at fault. You sold a stolen car to someone as a dealership.
I did not. Don't accuse me. Don't accuse me because I did not, okay?
Your son that you are saying will not speak to us.
It's accusation. So you know what? I'm not gonna entertain this any longer. Okay.
We asked the Johannesburg MMC for Public Safety how it was possible for a stolen car to be registered to a new owner.
There's a lot of things that are wrong with with this one. So if you can just give us the time, then we can really go through it and dig into it and who did what and whether the document comes in. And we check now where is the original one and the clone one and then the approval. Because at the end, if you scan it to say that you're approving it for it to be purchased, when you come back and approve it again, it's supposed to be error.